Concrete Genius Pod, man. It's your man, Sauce Mackenzie, man. Happy holidays, everybody. I hope everybody had a great holiday, man. I hope your holiday was blessed and warm and filled with love and you was able to share it with somebody special to you. If not, I hope you was able to be at peace with whatever's going on in your life and just celebrate that calendar flipping another year. You know, just appreciate the blessings of being alive, being able to serve God, being able to witness the greatness of achievement and strength and community and family. Get to do that for 12 months, that's a blessing. So it's something I don't take for granted. I used to be a little tight at first, missing my mom, but I just had to remember that's depriving my kids. If I'm in a sulk, if I'm in a funk. So, my mom had to chunk it up. My dad chunked it up. So, you got to chunk it up for the youngins behind you. Like, we got to be that pillar of strength for each other to keep our family strong, at least some sense of unity, unification, happiness, togetherness. And we got to be patient. Like, it's different times. I know a lot of times, even I get on here, people get on here, we judge these kids by the standards by which we were raised, but they don't live in the world in which we were raised. You know what I mean? We didn't have the temptations. We had more stable lifestyles. The value of $1 was 20 times, 30 times more than what it is now. So, you made it work. Your parents made it work. Now it's different. Like, kids got access to phones. They got access to peer pressure that we probably didn't have. We could grow up naturally. You could take your time and be poor, back in my generation until you got a little side job and start doing for yourself. And you didn't have to feel ashamed. Now, social media has gotten it so bad, poor kids will make other poor kids feel bad. You know what I mean? So we gotta humanize the development of our kids and our youth, and not just look at them through the lens of I would have never did that or we would have never did that, because we're not gonna never make progress. You know what I'm saying? All of us 70s, 80s babies, we all know we've been crazy and we done got away with some things that if phones was out, we'd be looking real stupid, right? So we gotta have that same compassion as we deal with family members, we deal with kids, we deal with each other. Now, don't be no fool, but just understand, man, people go through things. Sometimes you got to get to the root of what people going through. A lot of us as black people will have an anger about us because our mama died or our daddy died or we broke up with somebody or somebody ain't behaving the way that we thought we should. And then that anger is making us not be our whole self. And we got to be our whole self. Concrete Genius Pod, man, I appreciate you tapping in. That's a dynamic intro. You don't get a lot of that a lot of places, man. I'm telling you the truth now. Follow me on all socials. Get a copy of my book, The Game Changer, 8 Tips for Men to Find Peace. I had a great, great, great holiday. I was having fun. If y'all know, get a copy of my book, The Game Changer. If y'all know, I was on the spade table talking hella shit. That's what I do. Pick me up a big bottle or something, take over there nice. For any other gents that want to participate in it with me and I get to drinking, I get my little mixed bourbon with my ice cubes. I get to get on them cars. I'm talking shit the whole night. I play like a father and son spade game. So it's me and my son trying to run the table, trying to dominate the table. So it's real intense. You know what I'm saying? Anybody, you ever been around competitive black males, then you know how we get out. So that was good. But nah, man, it's a few things I want to tackle today. So I want to go ahead and jump into it. And I was really hesitant about the order I want to tackle them in, but I want to say this first. We got to have the same energy for Venus and Serena that we have for these black athletes, right? Now, if you do, then understandable. But I'm hearing a lot of goalposts moving, a lot of reasonings, a lot of yeah, but. Like, you can't be pro-black and be mad about these black athletes when they dead outside their race, but then make excuses for when black women do it like Venus and Serena. And so the same arguments that we make, they don't love themselves, or maybe it's self-hate, or whatever argument you using that you talking about these black men for, we gotta have the same energy for Venus and Serena. And then people say, oh, well, let's tackle some of the myths, right? The first myth I want to tackle is that black men have ever called Venus and Serena ugly, right? That is just an outright lie, right? At least the type of black men I'm around that date predominantly black women or love the black women in their life, even if they don't date black women. I don't be around the internet dudes that think black women are unattractive. So I don't really have those dudes in my circumstances. So I've never been around, every black man I've ever been around thought Venus and Serena were beautiful, right? Dark skin, beautiful features, chocolate. That's number one on the scoreboard. So that whole myth that black men put her down, or black, you know who was talking bad about Venus and Serena, especially Serena? White men and some black women, right? So let's be honest, right? I've heard, and I've been on the internet for a long time, 15 years active on the internet on some websites, especially Twitter where all the information is, X. So black men have always admired Serena Williams and Venus Williams. But you know who we really admire too? Not from a beauty standpoint, but from a character standpoint, Richard Williams, right? Richard Williams, coming from the South to be a black man, raised his child, his family in South Central, in California, right? Where the climate is changing, the area is changing. And he stood up for his daughters and was willing to risk his life so his daughters can play tennis. Such an honorable thing, right? So the same way we talk about athletes, the same way y'all get on here about Tyreek Hill or OJ or Kobe or anybody else, how does both of these young ladies see this black man do all this for them? Be raised in this loving black family, right? And you can't find out one black dude out there willing to marry you. All these NBA athletes, all these NFL athletes, all these entertainers, all these actors, all these lawyers. Because let's not get it twisted, man. These black engineers, let's not get it twisted. I know some people can say, oh, well, the dude Serena, he rich. Whatever. Come on, man. Like, we have a legacy to produce strong black babies. Like, let's be real here. I know it's gonna hurt some feelings, but like you a black superwoman, a genetic goddess from rooted in Southern black culture, and you water your gene pool down. Like, let's be real here. You know what I'm saying? Like, same way with a at least with a dad dude, his gene to be a little dominant, so you're gonna get some Michael Porter Jr.'s and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, when it's the other side, let me chill. But now, man, you watering your gene. We can't shit on black men, right? You can't say, man, all these athletes, they lust for these foreign women, and they listen. If you say that, because that's my argument, right? We can't have a black culturally advanced, large progression financially because we give our wealth away through marriage and through love and through child support, right? With non-black women, right? And a lot of people say, well, look at Tiana Taylor. First of all, Tiana Taylor had a career. I ain't gonna get into a personal relationship, but that's one example, bro. That's one example. And she was married to the man. Like, when it's another black woman, you niggas love counting an athlete's money then. But when he triggering with the white women and the Spaniards and the exotics, the women y'all lust about then is big baller status. Man. But back to Venus and Serena. Like, nah, man, you Serena Williams, and I know this might sound a little racially insensitive to some who are racially insensitive, and I have no disrespectful comments to her relationship, to her marriage. But I'm just speaking in terms of black reproduction and dominance. I'm gonna leave it at that. I mean, like, we just gotta understand the power of our melanin and who we are and what we got. And then it would be easier to love ourselves accordingly. It would be easier to love each other accordingly. Like if you love the power of your skin, right? And if you love producing another generation of chocolate just like you, then you're gonna understand what I'm saying. If you don't, God bless you. I ain't the page to argue with you. I ain't the page to go on live with you and debate why you should date Rosalinda or Elizabeth. That's your preference. I'm speaking in terms of my community and the people that want to hear it and the kids that can possibly benefit and understand the message. Right? So yeah, we got to keep that same heat. And Venus, that's Venus, right? Venus married a white dude. He's slumming. So I don't even want to hear the millionaire talk when it come to, let me share my screen right quick. If you watch the replay of this, or I post the clips, post a link to all my Facebook people watching this live. I post a link if you want to watch the screen later. But I'm gonna go to Twitter. I had it pulled up. Shout out my homegirl Paradise Paris 1 on X. She do real good with the information, the gossip. Venus Williams is married to Italian actor-director Andrea Pretty, however, I hope I'm saying his name right, whose net worth is estimated around $1 to $1.5 million from his modeling, acting, like Temptation, directing, producing work, while Venus herself has a much larger fortune of $95 million from tennis and business ventures. I hope you made that white man sign a prenup, baby girl. That's all I'm saying. Because every time a black woman get divorced from a white man, she get took to the bank. We always talk about these black athletes and all the money they losing. Halle Berry has been taken to the bank by 4 different white men. I swear to God. They didn't got her at Chase. They didn't got her at Fifth Third. They didn't got her at PNC. They didn't got her at, what's the one in Atlanta? Wintrust, SunTrust. They didn't got her there. They didn't got her at the credit union. So I hope you signed a prenup, Venus. This man got $1 million. $1 million. And he in California, $1 million ain't shit. God, forgive me, Jesus. Forgive me. I knew I grew up carrying bags for a quarter to the car. You know what I'm saying? You still out the candy store. Forgive me, Jesus. I know that sounds crazy, but in 2026, and you live in California and you dating Venus Williams and your whole net worth is $1 million, that ain't shit. But see, y'all would have slandered a black man that only had $1 million marrying Venus Williams. I hope you signed a prenup with Pookie, Tyrone. Nah, we ain't doing that, man. We ain't doing that. Jacob from Trailer Park U then married Venus Williams with a $95 million wage gap. Stop playing with us, man. Listen, I'm a pro-black man, right? I love black women. But I don't pander. I'm going to keep it all the way gangster to everybody's ears. Because that's why men respect me too. Like, women respect me, but you got to be able to respect the real and you got to be able to be accountable. Or if not, I ain't going to be good to listen to. Because I'm going to tell the truth, right? We all got to do better. And this is abysmal. And I don't want to hear a lie, well, they don't love us. We love y'all, right? The majority of us are married to y'all, right? So I don't want to hear that lie. And I don't care, honestly, black women, I don't care if y'all do outnumber us 6-1. I still don't want you dating a white man. I'm sorry. You're going to have to figure it out. You're going to have to maybe change your boundaries, maybe age-wise. I ain't asked you to take on no homosexual, but maybe find you a man you like, put him in trade school or something. Because you Serena Williams body having babies by Todd, that ain't what's happening. And so we gonna get on these videos and like and share these comments when I'm calling out black athletes about you can't be pro-black with a non-black woman. The same thing applies to black women, right? You can't be pro-black with a non-black husband. I'm sorry. Sorry. I don't care what they told you at that network. I don't care what they paying you to talk. You cannot lead the black community or black women and you're married to a white man. It's not possible, right? And it's fine. Concrete Genius Pod, man. Follow me on all socials. Concrete Genius Media. Let me stop sharing the screen. I ain't got my point across. But yeah, man. What's next? Okay, I was gonna do this story first, but I wanted to get the Venus stuff out the way. You know, I always talk about black America. I'm very proud to be rooted, you know what I mean, black American, tracing my roots all the way back. You know, I ain't tell y'all, I don't know if y'all know, but my great-great-grandmother, she was the first black woman in Memphis, opened her own store. So I'm different. Like, I can show you books from like early 1900s where my family was like loaning out bread and stuff for 5-cent eggs and stuff. So like, I'm very proud of my lineage. You know what I mean? I'm very proud that I'm the fourth straight man in my family to own his own home, and then my son would be the fifth. So like, I take pride in those kind of lineages, and I don't like attacks on black American people, right? Because we went through a lot to make it good for a lot of people, and that's Hispanic people who come over here. That's any foreign person, especially if you're a foreign person of color and you done came to America, then you need to be thanking my grandparents who went through hell trying to walk the Edmund Pettus Bridge. So I don't be liking some of the arrogance. So that leads me to sometimes I have disruptions about the imitation of black culture, sometimes with Nigerian people, right? African people, but sometimes Nigerian people. And I don't have no beef with Nigerian people. I just don't like you thinking you better than Americans in America. Like if I was in Nigeria and you was popping that shit, God bless, right? So I say all that in pretense to say Anthony Joshua, the guy who just beat up Jake Paul, he's getting real famous. Tall guy, attractive guy. He's getting a lot of publicity. UK guy with the accent. That fight with Jake Paul opened him up to a different crowd. Financially, it was a great business move, right? And he had a great group of business partners around him, right? My condolences to his two friends. He was in a car accident in Nigeria, right? So I saw the clip early. And I was like, yo, this shit look wild. I'm just thinking like people surrounding him because he's a star and he just getting out the car. So I see the clip again and then I get into the story and it's like, dude was there for hours, bro. No ambulance, no fire, no flashing lights, no fire trucks, no police cars cordon off traffic. Nothing, just a bunch of people taking pictures, bro. And 2 people died. So think about how blessed you are in the United States of America, bro, to get in a car accident and within 4-5 minutes, bro, somebody is going to be there to help save your life. Yeah, I don't give a damn about paying taxes. Like, bro, to me, that right there, seeing that in Nigeria, I ain't never got to joke with them folks again. I would be writing fucking emails saying I'm a prince too. I ain't gonna hold you. What? Bro, they set that dude up and put him in the front seat of a police mobile, bro. Niggas is just out there getting footage, bro. The man can't breathe. He ain't getting no air. Everybody know when you get in an accident, first thing they do is lay you down. So look at you. Shit, your head be looking at the nurse. It's gonna be okay, sweetheart. What's your name? You know what I mean? You gonna be laying down, bro, like 4-5 minutes. Them niggas is over there living in squalor. Shh, I be getting over here too, nigga. I get up. If I had came from that shit, nigga, I'd be a motherfucking neurosurgeon too. I thought I was doing good making it from Gary, Indiana. But shit, at least we could call a motherfucking fire truck, nigga. Shh. I seen Anthony Joshua. I'm like, Anthony Joshua, what the fuck is you doing in Nigeria, bro? Listen, and I'm mad because a nigga tried to get me to invest in some land in Africa. I'm going to go through my old texts. If that was Nigeria, man, me and that nigga got to get out, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, he gonna have to run my 30s, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause nigga, you try and get me in a vest in land where niggas can't even get an ambulance on a crowded highway? Shit, you shitting me. I ain't never joking with another African person again, man. You got it, bro. Make a fake page, man. Do what you gotta do to get some motherfuckers. I see why you niggas is so vicious in business. They say Mona Scott Young, who did Love and Hip Hop, she's African. Like shit, you niggas is vicious. I know some Nigerian money getting motherfuckers now. Don't get it twisted now. I know some scamming ass, Igbo ass niggas. Them niggas get to the money. I see why. You niggas can't. Boy, you gotta get in a car accident in Nigeria and then another nigga gotta drive you 7 miles to the hospital. So what is the hospital like, bro? Shh. And let me leave them folks alone, bro. Shit, them folks got some shit going on, man. Hey, I ain't gonna lie. Them folks got some shit going on, man. Like, for real. Like, nah, man. I hope them niggas get their money, man. I ain't gonna even lie, bro. Do what y'all gotta do, man. Like, how the fuck can you not get an ambulance in 2025, bro? Like, on some real shit. Like, and it's like a multi-millionaire nigga. So at least y'all could have borrowed some ambulances and at least made that shit look good. So if another person with some money wanted to come over there, man, you niggas couldn't get Lil Zane over in that motherfucker. Now, I'm sorry, no disrespect to Lil Zane, nigga. You niggas couldn't get Chingy in this motherfucker. I'm telling you, it's over. Ain't nobody coming to that shit, bro. Nigga, 50 Cent won't even go to Nigeria, nigga. And 50 Cent be going to shit you can't even pronounce, nigga. Uzbekistan and shit. Like, oh, nigga, 21 questions. I be like, oh, shit, this nigga 50 got the Muslims, the Christians, the Vikings, nigga, the Neanderthals, nigga, the Africans, the Indians, nigga, the Samoans. But that nigga ain't going no motherfucking Nigeria, nigga. I don't give a fuck, nigga. Hey, I wouldn't even if I paid the niggas, bro. If I come there, I give them nigga, hey man, I'm gonna go to Nigeria and kick it, man. I got $1 million for my security. Man, you can't trust them niggas, cause now some niggas gonna kidnap me for them. They got some shit going on over there, bro. So listen, I'm gonna call a stalemate with you niggas. I never had no beef. It's just the trolls online that be talking crazy about Black Americans with that Akata shit and all that. I don't play that, man. Cause like, one thing you say about us, like we done been slaves, whatever you want to say, we still here. We ain't run nowhere. So whatever this country turned out to be, whatever our relationship has been with it, it turned out all right to where you want it to come. So I don't have no beef with you. I got friends of all ethnicities, and I welcome anybody in my life. So this is not that, but to those who turn their nose up at the people who've been here, just show some respect, man. Show some respect to the culture. Show some respect to the slang. You know what I'm saying? If you doing some shit and you doing that shit to act like us or fit in, that's cool, but just acknowledge it. You know what I mean? Don't beat us down about not having a culture, and then you got, you know what I mean, little Dirk posters in your bedroom. Like, just be fair. Treat us with the same respect that you would treat somebody of Chinese culture or somebody of another culture. You know what I mean? So that's all that is. But to not have no fucking ambulance, nah, man, I understand how you niggas is scamming, like, cause that is, nah, bro. And 2 people died. Rest in peace to the 2 people who died, bro. So imagine being somewhere, you get in an accident, bro. Your girl or something, bro. You could easily in America be an hour away from dying. They gonna save your life every time. I don't care if you're in the middle of Montana, bro. I don't care if you're in the middle of Arkansas. It's gonna be somebody with a defibrillator there in 12 minutes. Yo, State Road 132. What's the marker? I'm in by a cornfield. What you see? Somebody gonna get to you. Bro, to be somebody, see that, and 2 people unfortunately lost their life, that's sad, man. Like I said, I ain't got no smoke for them folks, bro. Not at all. Concrete Genius Pie, man. Yeah. I want to, my goal for 2026, right? Pardon me. My goal for 2026 is to figure out how we can talk to each other better as Black people, right? Can we work on the way our kids talk to each other, the way we talk to our kids, the way our kids talk to us, the way our kids talk to teachers, the way teachers talk to our kids? We got to raise the set of boundaries and lead the world better for them, like our people left it better for us. You know, my parents and grandparents and aunts didn't go through so much just for me not to leave a better world for my kids and the kids I can mentor or the kids I can impact and prevent them from even suffering anything I ever went through and making any mistakes I made, or just letting them know that it's a great world out there for them to be something and be somebody. And don't let the evil of this world discourage you from reaching your potential. And we got to get back to that. We got to get back to passing something down, you know what I mean? The ladies taking care of the girls and the girls taking care of the young girls. And then the young girls taking care of the baby girls, you know what I mean? The OGs taking care of the men, and then the men taking care of the young men. Like that good barbershop community where a dude in his 20s can get some advice from a dude in every decade. And it'll be the dude coming there 70 and we all shut up, because that's wisdom. And we need to get back to more of that in the Black community to get us stronger. These kids got to get that attachment to what they came from, because everything's so free and clear now, right? You got access to other races, other people, other cultures. You got a phone now. Socially, we was under a different level of pressure because there wasn't no phones. You had to be who you are. And we was also able to exist being maybe not financially self-sufficient because there wasn't no pressure. There wasn't no pressure being poor. Even if somebody cracked on you, they still love you. You just was the motherfucker wear the same jeans every day. But it wasn't Instagram to make you feel like shit in front of 9 million people where you don't even want to take a picture. You would still take the picture like that. This nigga wore these leads 5 days in a row. But this my nigga. Or she had them shoes on, but this my nigga. This my homegirl. Like, that's how we all came out the mud. But we didn't have them pressures of making you feel like shit because I got all this for Christmas and you didn't. Like when I was growing up, we didn't, hey, what you get for Christmas? Oh, I got a lot of stuff. Like, what? I got this and that. Even if you was lying, bro, you can get that shit off. You know what I'm saying? You ain't have to come out there. Did nobody mama have an Instagram to tell how big the tree was and you saw us in our pajamas? Motherfucker might put on a sweater and go take a Christmas card, nigga, at Sears. You know what I'm saying? But like, you don't have to worry about seeing how big other people's Christmas tree was, how much food they had, how much better they stove and cabinet and shit floors look better than yours, right? You didn't have to see somebody having 35 gifts. You ain't have to see that man buying his woman all them designer purses. Even if you saw the purses later, you saw them one at a time. You know what I'm saying? So the dude who get mistreated, he ain't got to go on Instagram and see the other dude. His wife then bought him Gucci and Jordans and PS5s. Now he got to live with that frustration. Or the woman who frustrated, her dude doing enough to get by. He doing the best he can, but now she being tempted because she look on Instagram, all her friends getting Porsches for Christmas. They getting Chanel bags for Christmas. So now that woman that would have been a good housewife in the projects and waited on her come up, her man to come up, she can't. It's too much pressure. You know, maybe that dude who was comfortable being maybe not wearing the best clothes or the best form-fitting or designer clothes until he graduated from college, he would have been more enthused on knowing his education was waiting for him at the finish line. Now, Instagram, it's way less of them dudes. A dude would rather give up the formal education now to just be a fly nigga on the internet. We didn't have a lot of that, right? So we got to figure out how to get to these kids, how to get to these teenagers, how to give them a knowledge of self. Kids don't watch Eyes on the Prize no more. They don't know who the hell Medgar Evers is, or Harriet Tubman or Shirley Chisholm. They don't know nothing, man. You know what I mean? So it's our job to make sure we reinforce our history with our people. They erasing the books. They taking away our history. Our kids have been divided. And then you count, God bless, I ain't got no beef, but if you count the amount of mixed people that's counted as black, you also got to count of maybe the influence or the lack of passion they may have for their blackness. So it's not the same as when we was teenagers. So we got to find a way to talk to each other better, to talk to these children better, communicate to these kids better, and just get some pillars back going in the black community. That's my move. You know what I mean? Like, if we do what we supposed to do, man, we ain't got to worry about what nobody else do. Straight up. And it's real in the field. Concrete Genius Pie, man. Follow me on all socials. And I want to see some people get together at 26, right? I know a lot of single brothers, you know what I mean? And they have a rough time dating, but I know they good brothers. Then I know a lot of single sisters. They have a rough time dating, but they good people, right? And I always ask questions like, what do you not see when you date? And I ask the woman, she say, well, dude's not mature enough, or they not straightforward, or they don't have their stuff together, or they got too much drama they can't be honest about. And then I ask the dudes, like, beautiful women out here with you, too much baggage, too much mental trauma they got from some shit that ain't had nothing to do with them, dysfunctional family situation, random attitudes, outbursts from shit that happened. So I want to try to swim through this minutia that I be hearing, and I'm going to get some good people together, and I want to have more discussions about black dating and black love and relationships, and see if we can get more people married. So if you're interested in jumping on a live, jumping on a pod, chopping it up, you know, of course I got to have a little pre-phone call because some people is nutty. But yeah, I want to talk about strengthening black love, black kindness, black education, black mentorship, and just hold a place to where we can have a certain level of respect and standard that the majority of us have, and I think we can kind of really excel very quickly. Especially when we talk about like what's in our culture, and you know, how do we welcome the influence of those who maybe don't have grandparents who weren't born here? Like, that's got to be an honest conversation, because until people who aren't Black American people acknowledge the fact that Black Americans sacrificed and died for the luxuries that they were able to come over here and take advantage of, it's going to always be a line drawn until that level of communication is understood. You know what I mean? And also it's going to have to be a line drawn to where they understand you can't, if your parents were born in another country, you can't speak for me. Like, it's hard to speak for me anyway, but like, you can't speak about my trauma because we don't have the same trauma, because we don't have the same history, right? And the majority of trauma is defined by your history, right? What happened to you? So how can you have my history and your grandfather is from Ethiopia? Like, it's different. That don't mean I don't respect you as a person, but you can't represent me and my level of blackness, and I had to endure this shit longer to the place that's became what it's became. So yeah, Concrete Genius Pod, man, we're going to talk about this black love thing. We're going to get to working. Share my pod, man. Talk to my people. Talk to me. Let me know your likes, dislikes, what you want to hear, what you want to discuss. If I made you mad, I welcome that. I welcome disagreement, as long as it's said with respect and we cordial to each other. I welcome disagreement. I welcome agreement. I welcome, even if you ask me to elaborate, I welcome that. The only thing I don't tolerate, like, don't get on here and get smart. Don't try to get your jokes off. Like, I don't know you. Like, one old nigga got on here, was like, oh man, you always giving opinions, you ain't that handsome. And this nigga was like, stayed in the crib and the blinds looked like he was in a halfway house. Like, don't play with me. You know what I mean? Like, I don't really use the internet. My life is too good for me to either not have like a good dialogue on the internet or fun. I don't, yeah, I ain't here to argue with weirdos, straight up. I don't have to. I don't have the mental bandwidth to do it. Like, I don't even need your, like, a weirdo or a troll don't even deserve my engagement. That's how I look at the internet. Like, my life really popping. So, like, if all I had on the internet would argue with trolls all day, I would just be watching baseball or sports or kicking with my family or some shit, doing some other fly shit. So I'm here because I want to heal and I want to talk to people who think like me and who respectful and can have intelligent debates. Because the only way we're going to have intelligent debates as Black people is to start having rash conversations when we disagree and agree with each other. And my intent is to be the forum for that. Concrete Genius Pod, man. It's been a blessing. Follow me on all socials. Concrete Genius Pod, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. Get there, give me a follow. A follow would really help. I know you're watching this. You wonder how you can help. Follow me on all my social medias. YouTube, especially TikTok, IG, Facebook, Concrete Genius Media. Tap in right there. A follow would really help. So that's pretty much that. And if you're feeling froggy, somebody in your life, get a copy of my book, The Game Changer, 8 Tips for Men to Find Peace. It's a great book. A lot of people love it, man. All right, gotta go. My stomach growling. Peace.